January 2026, a 50 basis point cut. Ah, yes, betting on a specific degree of economic catastrophe 2 years out. You magnificent bastards. Are you hoping for a nice, orderly recession that just happens to hit that sweet spot? Or do you just enjoy the thrill of guessing which flavor of systemic collapse the suits will serve up? Either way, your winnings will likely be just enough to buy you a slightly less moldy loaf of bread. Savvy investors, truly. Or just incurable optimists with a gambling problem. All right, Polymarket's latest masterwork, betting on Trump putting Ron Paul at the helm of the Fed. You people aren't just betting on a long shot. You're betting on the final, spectacular collapse of all reason. It's not a market, it's an early warning system for the global economy finally eating itself. The only upside? If Paul gets it, you won't need the money you won anyway. Good luck trading on the end times, you magnificent bastards. All right, Kamene out by January 2026? Beautiful. Nothing says savvy investor like betting on an 85-year-old autocrat's imminent demise or violent overthrow. Are you doing medical prognoses or just hoping for a convenient coup? Forget traditional markets. Here, we're pricing in divine intervention and palace intrigue. Just remember to diversify your morbid death pools, degenerates. Gina Raimondo, 2028, 4 years out? My God, the sheer, unadulterated degeneracy of betting on who gets to rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic in 4 years. While the world's clearly decided to go full Mad Max, you ghouls are scrutinizing polling data for the Secretary of Commerce. You're betting on the future figurehead of a party that might not even exist in a country that definitely won't look the same. Spend your investment capital on bottled water and iodine tablets, you deluded optimists. At least that's a bet with a tangible payoff. Or just set your money on fire. It's faster. All right, will 2025 be the hottest year on record? This is it, folks. Peak human ingenuity. Betting on our own slow, fiery demise. The smart money's piling into yes, naturally. You're not just predicting a number, you're betting on the planet perfecting its slow roast technique. Those poor bastards betting no? They'll just be sizzling for free. Now that's a market with a guaranteed return on the heat index. U.S. strikes. Iran by 2026? Ah yes, will World War III pay for my yacht market? And look at these details. Missiles intercepted won't count. You'd think the warmongers would just want a war, but no. These degenerate gamblers need the perfectly executed bombing run for their crypto payout. My advice? Go yes. There's too much money to be made from human misery for them to let this one slide. Just make sure it's a direct hit, boys. No oopsie deflections. We've got portfolios to pump. Elon Musk for 2028? You absolute degenerates are betting on this? By 2028, we'll either be living under AI robot overlords, or the planet will be a smoking crater from World War III. And you're here gambling on whether the meme lord who can't even run a social media company properly will get a party's nomination? My money's on him either being on Mars by then, or declared Emperor of X-World. Save your cash. Invest in canned goods and a good, strong liquor. You'll need it for the actual apocalypse, not this political fanfic. All right, folks, strap in for Polymarkets. Will the Iranian regime fall by January 31st, 2026? Oh, the sweet symphony of human suffering translating directly into potential ROI. You gotta appreciate the meticulous detail. Overthrown, collapsed, or otherwise ceases to govern. Meaning you're not just betting on chaos, you're betting on the quality of the chaos. And if the revolution isn't sufficiently disruptive, if there aren't enough dissolved supreme leaders or replaced constitutions, your crypto's toast. So yes, feel free to put a number on millions of lives hanging in the balance. Truly the pinnacle of modern finance, isn't it? Classy, real classy. All right, degenerates gathering around the digital casino again, I see. Will Trump acquire Greenland by 2027? You're actually betting on that? Seriously? You'd have better odds betting on him paying off a hooker before 2027. Look, the only thing less likely than Denmark selling off their giant ice cube is Trump actually having the cash for it. And you're over here meticulously analyzing official announcements and majority of territory like it's a real investment. Newsflash. The only thing you're acquiring is a deeper addiction. Place your bets, idiots. Just don't come crying to me when your shares in snow and polar bears are worthless. Bitcoin to $100,000 in January via a single 1-minute Binance candle? You lot aren't investing. You're playing digital slot machines, praying for a whale to sneeze into a pump. Hope you've got those ramen noodle recipes ready, because January's shaping up to be less Lambo garage and more cardboard box under a bridge. Better odds of finding a stable economy. Frank Donovan, leaders of Venezuela by 2026? Good Lord, are we scraping the bottom of the barrel for market liquidity? Or did someone just discover a new strain of hopium? Betting on anyone officially holding power in Venezuela by then is like trying to nail Jell-O to a tree during a Category 5 hurricane. You're not betting on a leader, you're betting on who gets to warm the seat before the next coup, collapse, or cartel-sponsored election. Save your money, folks, unless your idea of ROI is watching a country disintegrate in slow motion. All right, folks, strap in. We've got Israel nuclear weapon use against Iran by January 31st on Polymarket. Now, that's what I call market volatility. Forget your tech stocks. This is the real high-stakes game. My only question is, if yes hits, who exactly is going to be around to collect their winnings? Maybe just a few deeply radioactive cockroaches and the fund managers who shorted humanity. Good luck, degenerates. All right, the Russia ex-Ukraine ceasefire by January 31st, 2026 market. Betting on official peace? By when? What? Are you sending a UN notary to the trenches? This isn't a market, it's a meat grinder. Your money's better in a body bag futures contract. The returns are far more reliable than any mutually agreed halt. You're not investors, you're just pathetic ghouls. Go find a real war profiteering gig.
Memphis Grizzlies win the 2026 NBA Finals? Are you people out of your minds? By 2026, we'll be lucky if civilization hasn't devolved into bartering bottle caps for potable water, let alone caring about basketball. You're putting money on Memphis 3 years out? That's not a bet. That's a suicide note written in meme coin. More likely outcome: Ja Morant is running for governor, and half the team is playing pickup games on Mars. Your money's better spent on canned goods. Trust me. Evan Pettis, leader of Venezuela? Is that the same Evan Pettis who just asked me if I wanted to circle back on Q3 projections? Because I'm pretty sure he's got about as much chance of running Caracas as a competent economy. And you sorry bastards are pouring money into this, meticulously reading UN protocols for a country where official means whoever hasn't been overthrown this week. Frankly, if you're betting on any leader being officially sworn in Venezuela by 2026, you might as well bet on finding a unicorn doing your taxes. It's a beautiful, perfectly idiotic gamble. All right, strap in, you financial wizards. We've got Raptors versus Pacers. Because apparently, the most pressing use of your capital in a collapsing world is to speculate on which multimillionaire can put a ball through a hoop more efficiently. And the best part? If the game gets canceled, because of plague, alien invasion, or just general apathy, it's a 50-50 split. Almost as good as your retirement plan, isn't it? Go ahead, throw your digital pennies at it. Just remember, the only winner here is the house. And probably the guy who invented basketball, whoever that unfortunate soul was. Gavin Newsom surged in polls after a high-profile California speech critiquing National Dem strategy, boosting his odds amid post-election speculation. Josh Shapiro's VP vetting spotlighted his moderate appeal in swing states, edging his probability up slightly despite Pennsylvania focus. OC faced backlash for fiery social media posts on economic policy, tempering her progressive rise but maintaining youth appeal. No major shifts for others. Market volumes spiked 20% post-2024 results, reflecting early jockeying as Harris exits the spotlight.